Greetings viewers, Eric the Car Guy here, also known as ETCG1 on this here channel. Why? Because I'm wearing this hat. That's the reason right there. We don't do repair videos on ETCG1, we talk about stuff on ETCG1. So if that bores you or you just want repair videos, I'll put a link in the description to my Eric the Car Guy channel and you can watch all the repair videos you want over there. However, if you're interested in joining in on the conversation, welcome. Welcome to ETCG1. Well, for today's topic, this may very well be one of the last videos where you see the maroon Subaru behind me, at least in my ownership. And I talked a little bit in the last video about saying goodbye to it. So we said goodbye to it in the last video, but here's the thing. I am not going to stop there. I'm getting rid of the Subaru so I can get something else. So why don't I talk about some of the options that I'm considering here, and I'm sure you will post many comments as far as your input on this matter. But understand that I'm going to take those inputs, think about them, and if I can apply them, I will. You know, I always welcome your input. Some of you guys come up with some really great ideas. That being said, these are the things that I'm considering as far as replacing the Subaru. Now, initially what I thought about was getting myself like a German diesel vehicle. Namely, I was thinking either Volkswagen, some kind of TDI, something, either a Volkswagen or perhaps an old Mercedes, you know, like a 300D or something like that. That was a wasp. I'm going to be honest with you, German cars are really not my favorite cars to work on. Now, they make a darn good car, no doubt about it. They make a fantastic automobile. However, if you've ever worked on them, you may find it challenging, let's say. They, for whatever reason, like to use every single fastener they can find in the bin. And they're all different sizes, and it seems the way things are engineered is it's just, you know, you have to remove everything to get to a gas cap kind of deal. Now, not to say that that wouldn't present some nice repair videos for you, and not to say that it's just not me wussing out in that particular sense, but you know, if the right one comes along, great. But I've been looking now for about a month and a half, and I'm going to say, as far as the TDIs, I've found one in that time. Now, mainly I've narrowed my search to pretty much Craigslist because my budget after selling the Subaru and after selling that Integra that I had for a short period of time, I didn't want to use the Integra. I had that 93 Integra. It was my brother's Integra. I bought it from him. He needed money. I was thinking about doing some work on that, but the more I thought about it, the more I said, you know what? Doing more Acura videos, doing more Honda videos at Eric the Car Guy is not necessarily what I want to be. Just because we've done that. We've even done work with that car. So that car got sold, actually to a fan of Eric the Car Guy. So that one went down the road. This one's going down the road most likely tomorrow. And all said and done, I'm thinking I'll have about $4,100 in the pot to purchase my next vehicle. So that's my budget. My budget is about $4,100, which is a good budget in my opinion. In fact, it's probably one of the biggest used car budgets I've ever had to work with. So I'm thinking I should be able to get quite a bit. Initially thinking Volkswagen diesel or Mercedes diesel. Those are the first thoughts. However, you know, I'm thinking, okay, well, I could still go diesel, but maybe something that I could get some use out of, like a truck. For some time, I've been wanting to get like a pickup truck. Thing is when you go looking for pickup trucks with diesel engines, you're dealing in like the 250 size range and up, like an F250 or F350. Or, you know, the larger Chevys or Dodges. You know, Chevy's got the Duramax, Dodge has the Cummins, and Ford has their, what's that nightmare? Power Strokes. So those things do have some potential, but when I find those trucks in that price range, they're older, they're big, they're really big. If I was going to do a truck, I don't need a truck that's going to pull a house down. I just want a truck. It would be great to have a four-wheel drive truck. But, you know, so that's kind of got me, I don't really want to deal with that. But, I mean, it would be cool and everything, but... So here's the option that I'm entertaining that I get excited about when I think about this. And that is finding some older, classic car vehicle. And preferably something with a carburetor on it, because I've even got a forum thread that talks about people that want to see me do videos on carburetors. I would love to do videos on carburetors. The thing of it is, just having the carburetor sitting on the bench, the only thing I have is like old Keenan Honda carburetors, and those things are really complicated, and it's difficult to say underneath all this is a choke, and this is how it works. It's much easier like on an older carburetor where you can point to all the different parts and you can say this is what this does, and then get it on the vehicle and then set it up and all that stuff. That seems like fun to me. In fact, I haven't worked on a carburetor in years, but I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed rebuilding carburetors. I enjoyed the mechanical side of things. And what that translates to as far as the videos that I would make from something like that is that covers the basics. You know, a lot of you have asked me to do more videos on like engine performance and engine controls and that kind of thing. But in essence, many of you don't necessarily realize that those engine controls that are on the modern engines are really just electronic versions of the mechanical stuff that we've had for years. The design of the internal combustion engine really hasn't changed in a very long time. Just the way we control the fuel, the spark, and you know, some of the valve timing and some of the other mechanical functions of the engine. But the basic parts of the engine are really just the same air compressor that it's always been. So if I'm able to start with something rather simplistic that's carbureted, it's older, that's, you know, has all those mechanical functions on it, we can talk about those mechanical functions in a mechanical sense and then talk about their electronic counterparts later on down the road. In addition, you know, I get excited when I think about working on an old car. I miss my Ford. I had that 72 Galaxy that I had for a while that I played around with and had to get rid of because I ran out of money. You know, I was bankrupt. I mean, I had to eat. It was eat or keep the car. Pretty simple decision in my opinion, especially when you got a family. But I had said at that time that I still have all the skills and everything that I used to build that car. I just need to get to a point in the future to where I can reinvest and go about it again. So I am currently on the search for maybe a truck, maybe a German diesel something. And I do want to get to diesel. I mean, diesel would be fun. In fact, if I do get to a place with diesel, or if I do find a diesel vehicle, one of the things that I had thought of, get it all mechanically sound, get it all like good to go, but then start exploring like biodiesel and let other diesel alternative fuel type things, you know, maybe give that a try. Because that's why I think diesel's getting the resurgence that it's seeing here, and I do feel that there's a future for diesel, more of a future now than there ever has been. Because I think back in the 70s we sort of botched it a bit, and we haven't really seen too many diesels around. And I think that's evident by the fact that, you know, I've gone off searching for diesels and I'm really not able to find a lot of them. They're out there, but they're not really what I'm looking for, and either they're out of my price range or they're not what I'm looking for. You know, I get excited when I think about something old and tweaking it, tuning it, you know, just having some fun with something old and cool. That's where my head's at. I'm gonna throw it out to you, the viewers, and also I'll put a link in the description to a discussion about this video to where you can feel free to contribute all you like on your opinions on where Eric the Car Guy should go next. I've spent this video talking about how I feel about it and what I would like to do. But ultimately, I'm going to make videos with this vehicle, so whatever I get, you're going to be stuck with, much like we were stuck with a Subaru. We saw lots and lots of Subaru videos, but it's time to move on. It's time to try something different, and that's what I'm feeling. I look forward to your comments on that. Anyway, if you have automotive questions, I have a solution for you. It's called ericthecarguy.com. You can head over there. We have many different options as far as things that you can use to basically solve those automotive issues that you might have. And if you're not familiar with those, there's a welcome video as soon as you land on the homepage. It can tell you all about the wonderful things that we have there for you. If you wish to connect with me socially, I can be found on Google+, Facebook, and Twitter. And I close each of my videos with be safe, have fun, and of course, stay dirty. I'll see you next time.